right, we got Greg Reitz Real Estate Team EXP office in River Park, Fresno, and we've got Kurt Getz Mortgage Team Broker out of Fresno, California, same area, Fresno and Herndon, River Park area, and we are here to give you the truth on the real estate market and the loan market. What's going on in the United States briefly in the Fresno area where we all live, reside, and do a massive amount of real estate buyers, sellers, investors, and loans. Right, Kurt?
Yep, that's it.
So
That's it.
last time you started, let me rock and roll. I am excited. This is real because the difference between many podcasts in real estate and loans, Kurt, you'd probably agree, the the lenders and the real estate agents, brokers may be telling the buyers what they want to hear
Yes.
or what they want to perceive to be the truth. I believe in the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me. You're not here. So that's what you get from us. And here's the good thing. This is nothing. This market report is right off the master computer for Fresno Madera County. And let me tell you guys, this is nothing but great news for buyers and sellers. It is awesome. It's time to sell and buy and invest. It really is. So here we go. Let me knock this out. Without further ado, price has been up the last 4.5 out of 6 months. So January, the prices went down about a percentage point, 1.5%. February, March, April, May, and now June, I went up between 1.2 and 4.3% a month. Here's what that means. Almost 400,000, 4.3%. It went up from April to May in a 45-day period. From April to May, it went up 4.3%. The median home price was 417,000. Now it's 449,000, 450,000. A 4.3% increase from April to May. What does that mean? There is no market correction anymore. We've been 4.5, and June's going up. I'm in real estate. I see it every day. It's going up. So we got another 1 or 2% up this month. Guys, there is no crash coming. The correction's already happened. This is important, buyers and sellers. The market correction was in 2022 from May to the end of November. We went down 8.3%. December, it went up. January down. February, March, April, May, and now June, it's went up, up, up. That's it. It's a trend. It's sticking that way. The Feds held the rates, so the buyers are out there. Sellers are starting to list. It's a great time to buy, sell, and invest. So go sellers and buyers. So 4.3% up. It went in 1 month. So what are we going to wait for? The rates to drop? Okay. You do that, give it a year and a half, and hope the rates get down around 5%. That $400,000 house going up 10% a year, probably more, is going to run you 460, 480,000, at least 450. So you lost money when you figure that in to a lower rate. So it is the time to buy. Refinance when the rates drop back down around 5. The 3% is not going to happen, but 4.5 to 5.5 is going to happen. So let's rock and roll.
Yep.
All right. So that's it. That's been going up 1.3 to 4.3% month after month the last 4.5 months. The second part, price per square foot. And I like to give real stats and honest truth because the price per square foot went up from 232 in April to 241 in May. So we went up $9 a square foot from 232 to $241 a square foot from April to May. And it's been consistent around that 225 to 240 mark, the 232 mark the last few months. Days on the market. So this is talking to you about the speed of the market, right? When a seller puts a home on the market, how quick does he get an acceptable offer and have it pending with a buyer? 41 days. It was 47 days to a listed property to get a good offer in April, which is a normal market. And now we went down to 41 days in May, entering back into a buyer's market, a slight buyer's market. That's what that means, 41 days. So market time is dropping, prices are increasing. Don't miss the boat, buyers and sellers. Let's go. And then we've got average price. So the average medium home price is 449,000. In May, it was 417 in April, and it looks like it'll be just over 455 in June, the way our numbers are looking preliminary right now. I'll let Kurt is the real estate mortgage professional. He's going to share the rates and different things with you shortly here. And the months of inventory. We have a shortage of inventory, guys. We should have 2,200 homes on the active real estate market, Fresno, Madera County. 2,200 is what we call a good, healthy, steady market. We're under 1,400. We've been floating between 1,300 and 1,450. 1,300 and 1,450 the last 4 months, and we've been staying the last 2 months under 1,400, 1,400. So we are about 40% short on listings. We need more. We need more sellers to list and sell, and it's a great time for them to list and sell because they can get the price they're looking for. In most cases, buyers get a good opportunity with the rates holding, and then everybody wins. And then the sellers get moved to the house that they really wanting without holding it off and paying more later on. So that's what I have to say. Kurt, go ahead and take over on the mortgage.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's really a case of supply and demand at this point. There's a couple things that can create a drop in the market. Foreclosures can do that, and foreclosures, that's going to be a job loss thing or something like that. Well, we just went through COVID with all kinds of job loss. The foreclosures aren't really there because everybody has equity. So if you're in trouble, you can sell your house and make money. We have way more buyers than we do sellers. So our inventory is so low that we're getting, I had one that they had 16 offers on a $400,000 house, and that $400,000 house went for $425,000, and it just compounds on itself. And this market, when it drops just a little bit, I expect once we get into the fives, in the mid fives, I expect everybody's going to jump off the fence. And then instead of 16 offers, you're going to have 20 offers that you're up against. So the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay and the more competition you're going to have, which means cash out of pocket. I did a scenario today on a $400,000 purchase. Rates are in this was an FHA, so rates are in the high fives, low sixes. And this person, if you plan on the refi down the road, because they're actively attacking inflation, so we know it's coming, we just don't know when, then you're going to save $250 a month if you can lower that interest rate by 1%. So I'm telling everybody, just hang on. If you can afford it now, do it. That way you're going to save money on the price of the property. You're going to save money on property taxes. You're going to save money on everything. You just have to have a little bit higher monthly payment until that refi comes down the road, 12, 18 months, something like that. Our interest rates today on conventional, they're still up there a little. I feel like we're at the peak and we're going to start getting better. The Fed paused rate hikes, which was wonderful. They did say something about maybe the potential of 2 rate increases at the end of the year, like a quarter point. I have a feeling, and Greg, we talked about this, that may not happen. I think once the reports come out, they're going to see that the inflation is getting squished a little bit, and they're going to hold off, I hope. So conventional rates are, I'd say, mid-6 range. FHA and VA, we're actually back in the fives, just barely. So we're high fives, low sixes on FHA and VA. So that's pretty reasonable. We're rocking and rolling, and we're pretty busy because we do have buyers that are understanding what the market's going to do and understanding how much money they save by buying now. So it's an interesting market, and once this market takes off, which, like I said, maybe 5.5 on the conventional, if we go down, 5/8 of a point, 75 basis points, something like that. If we go down, I think this market's going to take off, and then it's just off to the races. So buy now, don't wait. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Can you give one example, real life example in the last month, Kurt, where a buyer's been ecstatic about buying, with the rates where they're at and the pricing, and was understood during the process or after that it was the right time to pull that trigger and purchase?
Yeah, I mean, we're closing, I don't know, 10 to 12 a month right now, and really every buyer at the end is happy with what they've done. I mean, they realize the day that your house closes, that's a comp for the next listing. So if you agree to pay over that purchase price, the appraisal comes in low, you have a little appraisal gap, that $400,000 house that you agreed to pay $425,000, that's immediately worth the value you paid for it. So the next house that gets listed, they're going to list it for 425 because that's what your house sold at. And then they're going to go, maybe they have a bunch of offers that maybe that goes at 450. So it compounds on itself, this inflation on the house prices. So yeah, I mean, everybody that's buying right now is really happy at the end of the day. And the fact that they got in when they got in, and they're, once you're in, your taxes are stuck, your payment is stuck, you're good to go. It's the not knowing and the waiting that is going to cause higher monthly payments down the road because you're financing more and more cash out of pocket.
Yeah, and we talk to the sellers. We list a lot of property here for sellers and work with a ton of buyers. As you know, you get many of those.
Mhm.
The buyers have a little fear going on, with inflation and what's the economy gonna do. Well, the inflation rate's now down to 4%. The Fed's holding the rates down, so they're creating movement. All of a sudden, we got a lot of movement, right? Um, and I like to put my money where my mouth is. I like to verify things. So let me give you buyers and sellers two examples. I just sold some real estate, and I took that money, right, and I bought another piece of property, and out of that, I had to come out of pocket. So it is the time to buy. I'm a real estate agent, a broker with an office here in Fresno, and I understand that it is the time to buy, right? There's opportunities out there. So that's what I did. Secondly, and we close between a low of 6 and a high of 14 transactions a month. About 8 to 10 a month is our average. I just got a call yesterday from a client that we closed a home with um, in Reedley, because we serve anywhere from Bakersfield to Outwater, mostly Fresno, Clovis, Madera, Reedley, Dinuba, Kerman, this area. That being said, he closed a property on 5 acres in Reedley, and he called me yesterday, wanted some more information on the second unit that he had that he purchased to rent out, 2 homes on one lot, and talked about how grateful and happy he was to work with us, um, work with the lender. Um, so props to Kurt and everything that he went through. It was a great experience. But what he talked about the most was it was the right time to buy when he had some fear of everything. But looking back, reading what he's reading and understanding where we're at, it was the right time to buy. And he's
Yeah.
looking forward to the refi in a year and a half or two when the rates drop, probably around that 4.5 to 5.25, and then he can get out of there. But he's very happy with what he has now.
Sure.
And what I'm saying is, buyers, the house are going to go up the way it looks right now, 10 to 12% a year.
Yeah.
So a $400,000 house in a year is going to be at 10%, and that's
Yeah.
probably lower than what it's doing right now. It's showing me more than that on the stats that I read. That's 440 next year. Any interest rate you save is not going to wipe that out. There's no way. So
Right.
it's right now the time to buy. Quit paying that landlord all that big rent. Let's go and
Yeah.
get you into a home, the right home and the right loan. Because me and Kurt, we have the home and we have the loan. Let's do this. You can call Greg at 559-260-1777 or Kurt at 559-392-5009. The numbers are ticking across the bottom of the podcast. Call us even with questions, anything you want. We're high level professionals, been in the industry for decades, and we're here to help.
Yep. And we
Okay?
love to talk about real estate, and so don't hesitate to just reach out and pick our brains if you have any questions. We're here.
I love it. And okay, any last thoughts you want to share? Are you good, Kurt?
No, I'm good. Say now's the time to buy. We've been saying it. We've been saying it for a long time. Get in the game and do it as soon as you can.
The stats are proving it. It
That's
is
right.
that time. Heck, I'm looking for another one right now. Let's go.
Yep.
Me and
Good.
Kurt gonna buy one.
There we go.
All right. Our sellers, investors, talk to you soon. We're available 7 days a week.
Yes,
The
we
right,
are.
the Reitz team and Goats real estate mortgage team. Have a good day. Bye.